Hey there, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. Today we are doing Italian chicken casserole. Now that it's starting to get colder, this is a great recipe. I'm going to adapt over to the slow cooker. This little baby here, great for winter, and it's also great for when you're really busy and you want to just put something on, 8 hours on low, 4 hours on high, cook it overnight, whatever, and it cooks for you. It's as easy as getting all your ingredients ready, chucking it in, putting it on, walk away, and then come back and everyone goes, oh, that was really good. But anyway, this is what we need. So I've just been slicing and dicing and preparing, and I'll talk you through what we're doing, and then we'll get that slow cooker down and we'll get rolling. Let's go. Okay, look at my little treasure trove over here. So if you do not want to use the slow cooker, here's what you need to do. Get your oven onto 220. Have something that you can use a stovetop and oven. Once you get it into the oven, it is going to cook for about half an hour. So it doesn't take long, but the problem with it is you're on it the whole time. Whereas with the slow cooker, I'm just going to put everything in, put the lid on, put it on low, walk away. 8 hours later, I'm ready to serve up my dinner. All right, so you generally don't need olive oil when you're using a slow cooker. I always like to spray it first because it's easier to clean it, but I will put the olive oil in. 8 chicken drumsticks, I've currently got them soaking in water. I got those yesterday, so they're nice and fresh. 1 onion I've diced up. 2 cloves of garlic I will crush. 3 medium potatoes, they're peeled and chopped. They're soaking in water so they don't go brown. 2 zucchinis chopped. 1 carrot peeled and chopped. 1/4 cup of plain flour. Haven't measured it out yet, but we're good to go. 500 mils of Campbell's real stock chicken. Now, this stock is really good because when I was looking, I went to pick up a smaller one than this. You can actually now buy, I don't know if it's just Campbell's brand or if it's other brands, you can actually buy 250 mils. Now, for you that cook, 250 mils is a cup, which is half of that. So the beauty is you no longer need to buy stock powder, have it sitting in the cupboard, going all hard because you don't use it for ages. Go out and buy whatever size you need. I used to always say, I'm not going to buy a litre. I only need half a litre. I'll just use stock powder. But yesterday, when I saw that I can even buy a cup, I thought, great. So I'm using all of this. This is chicken stock. And it's salt reduced if you're trying not to drink or eat a lot of salt, I should say. Or drink technically in that. 4 tablespoons of tomato paste. I love these ones from Legos. They are actually 1 sachet is 2 tablespoons. You may have seen me using these ones in the past because the tubs just seem to have so much in them. You might pay more for these, but in all honesty, if you only use 1 tablespoon, I have been known to put the rest of the remaining 1 tablespoon in the bottom of my freezer and be able to reuse it and not have a problem. So for me, that's gold. 2 teaspoons of dried Italian herbs. Mixed herbs basically are Italian herbs. If you really want me to read it out, it's thyme, rosemary, marjoram, basil, oregano, and parsley. And I don't think I've got 2 teaspoons, but I might surprise myself. So I brought another bag of mixed herbs, which once again is only thyme, sage, marjoram, and herbs. What are herbs? Anyway, all good. All right, so let's get that baby down and let's roll. Winter and this time of the year is absolutely perfect for this invention. I was so happy when my mama actually brought it home. She probably won it. She used to win a lot of great appliances. And we've had this one here, this baby here, for quite a long time. And the beauty of it is it fits in any size kitchen. Actually, I'll move it. I think I normally put it about here so that because I'm home for today, I can still make a cup of tea when I'm ready to. I got coffee this morning. But anyway. Alright, so plug that one in. So I believe now there are many different slow cookers. If you do not have one, I recommend you go and get one because this thing is amazing. You don't need to buy the big one. This is a big, like, family size one, which ironically at the moment there's only one of me, but I still cook family size meals. I've done all sorts of stuff in this. You can get the smaller ones, and I believe now I'm in a Facebook group for slow cookers. I believe now you can actually get ones with timers. So I used to get a time clock that I used to use on my swimming pool, and I used to put it on a timer. So if I went out for the day, I'd come home and it would turn itself off when it's ready. So brilliant. 10 out of 10 for slow cookers. Get one. All right. Spray it. You'll thank me later when you go to wash it. Now, when you go to clean these, do not put the insert in hot water. If that cracks, you basically got to throw it away, I believe. So that's what it is. Alrighty. Olive oil, it was 1 tablespoon. As I said, I'm still going to put that in. You don't tend to worry about oil when you're using a slow cooker, which once again is another reason why slow cookers are really healthy. And the other great thing about this, especially this recipe, I'm trying to eat more fruit and vegetables. This recipe is definitely going to get me somewhat over the line, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4 veggies. Alright, so I'm not going to worry about browning the chicken. I don't really think I need to brown the chicken. Alright, I'll get you guys in closer so you can see as I add everything. Alright, can you see in there? Alright. Sometimes I make things a bit awkward for myself, which I guess in turn means I'm making it awkward for you as well, and I apologise. Now there's 8 of these. This serves 4. So, unless I suck at maths, you get 2 drumsticks per person. This one should freeze very well. I'm going to have 1 serving tonight, 1 serving for lunch on, I think it's Tuesday. So for me, that's really good. 2 servings will go in the freezer. And this will make a fantastic dinner. Okay, the next section is going to be a literal kamikaze of vegetable overload. I hope you're feeling healthy just watching this right now. Alright, onion over the top. These little bowls are really good for when I cut things up. Potato. Zucchini. There's 2 of those. Carrot. The drumsticks aren't suffocating, they're fine. Even though you're going to say, but they're on the bottom. And my 2 cloves of garlic. I've cut the garlic up smaller because one of the cloves was huge. So I'm going to have to chop this through 2 times anyway. If you like more garlic, put more in, especially if you're sort of having this as a wintertime thing. Garlic is very good for winter with colds and flus. Currently, while I'm filming this episode, it is not winter, but it's like a winter's day. And I'm not going to tell you what day it is because who knows when you'll see it. But you will see it. And you will love it. Alright, that's my 2 cloves of garlic. In they are. Now you don't need to stir it. It will do its own magical things. Okay. Grab that stock. This has a cutty thing on it. Where you cut it, it makes it into a spout. Somehow it does anyway. Or you could just get the shits with it and just snip the whole corner off and just go like that. Beautiful. Now generally with slow cookers you do need more water anyway. That's why it's good to always put a can of soup or something like that in it. And also with a can of soup, you always do about half a can of water just to boost it up. Now I'm going to put the flour in because obviously the flour is going to thicken it at the end. I'm not doing the flour at the end. Everything goes in together. If you're not slow cooking, I am going to talk you through how to do the entire recipe on the stovetop, because I don't want you to go, oh, I don't have a slow cooker, I'm not going to cook this, because I'm not in an exclusion zone. I'm not excluding anyone. I'm just trying to point out that you can take an everyday recipe and make it easier on yourself by cooking it in a slow cooker. But if you don't want to do it in a slow cooker, sometimes I look at it and I go, do that in the slow cooker, and then I think, no, you know what, I'll just do it the way it wants it done. But in my case today, because I've got so much to do, it's either I start dinner early and I've got it when I'm ready for it, or I have to stop what I'm doing to cook the dinner. So that's why I've gone with this decision. Beautiful. Okay, and my final ingredient is the 2 teaspoons of dried Italian herbs. Whoops. Okay, there's the 1 teaspoon. 1.5. I've just got to get 1 more teaspoon. I will fill my jar up later. I like buying the bags to fill up the jars, but sometimes if the jar's looking a bit shit, I also like to just buy a new jar. Personally, I love the size of these ones from Aldi. They're a 25-gram one, and they sit really good in my spice rack. Okay, that's everything in. Low. Pop the lid on. Timer it in your head, or timer it, like write it down. Set an alarm on your phone, might be better. This one here, I'm not going to tell you what time it is, but I'm going to set the time for half an hour before, and then I can come and tend to it if I think it needs thickening or whatever. Try and stir it in about 2 or 3 hours if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. So I'm just setting my alarm now because I pre-worked it out in my head, and I thought, well, if I don't get this on now, I'm going to be eating dinner at midnight. So I'll actually set it for the time that 7 hours and 59 minutes from now. Sweet. All right, so that is going. So I'll just let you focus on my slow cooker while I talk you other lovely people through how to do it on the stovetop. Okay, so as previously mentioned, you heat the oven to 220. Now, oven-proof casserole dishes, I don't have one. I would absolutely love one. This is half the reason why I've done it this way. I don't have something that I can use on the stovetop and then put in the oven. If you've got one of those, so much easier. I'd have to use a saucepan and then put it into something else. And to me, I feel like you're losing all your pan juices and everything by doing that. So you brown the chicken in the oil, and then you add the onion, garlic, potatoes, carrots, and zucchini. Stir that all in. Pour in the stock. Pour the stock into a bowl and mix it with the flour. That will make your sauce, okay? So that's obviously going to thicken it. Add the tomato paste and the herbs. Put that all over the top. Bring it to the boil. Put the lid on and into the oven. So it's fairly easy. So there's 2 ways of doing it. Get the slow cooker or stovetop into oven. Not stovetop into something else into oven. You want to do it that way. So I will see you in 8 hours. Have fun till then. Bye. Okay, so it's time to get excited. 8 hours is up. My alarm went off. It said, stop what you're doing. You don't have to go running at 8 hours, but it's always good to come and check on it. I have stirred it a couple of times. I pushed the flour and that down into the mixture. And come and have a look. That is looking delicious. It's been smelling so good all day. I just brought a couple of the drumsticks up to the top. Now, obviously the downside to a slow cooker is that your meat doesn't brown. So it will cook though. I mean, that is just going to fall off the bone. So that is ready to serve. I am ready to eat, and I'd like to thank you for watching Cooking with Violet Vixen. This has been Italian chicken casserole modified to go in the slow cooker. I'm going to catch you on the next episode. See you then. Bye.